Welcome back to the Section 121 podcast. We are here, episode 10. Congrats, made it at 10 episodes. Really cool. A lot more in store. Unfortunately, yesterday was planning on being the 10th episode. I could not do that. I got a little caught up in the morning, pretty behind, and just decided to take the morning to relax, and because there wasn't much aside from this game, and so I thought I'd just make a full episode now instead of try and stretch out one episode yesterday. So that being said, last two games Padres played against the Royals and the Chicago White Sox. The one against the Royals was streamed online somewhat. It was a very bad stream, but it was a stream and I was able to watch most of that game. Against the White Sox, unfortunately, there was absolutely zero streaming options, and yeah, I tried to follow along the game as much as I could. Seemed to me like it was pretty quiet, low scoring, not much going on, but there was a couple big things I saw. Obviously, I'm pretty sure anybody who followed the Padres could have seen that Brett Sullivan had a huge home run yesterday, 2-run home run in I think the 8th inning maybe, when the score was locked 0-0 to go up 2. I think they got a run back, and Ethan Salas, I don't know what situation came in. I don't know if he was in and they got it, if it was like a deep one, or if they just had a really fast run on third, but Ethan Salas had an RBI fly out, sacrifice fly for him. I think his first RBI of spring training, which is cool to see. I didn't see that clip at all, so I don't know, it could have just been like a stupid pop-up that, maybe a Zokar ran home on, but I don't know. Padres are still struggling to hit, but they did get it when it matters. I did get to watch the most Kansas City games, so I do have some stuff here from that. Jackson Merrill had more good at-bats, put together really quality long at-bats, and hit a liner that was caught on a dive that'll get into many more catches on a dive that would have scored a run, which would have been huge for him. Unfortunately, a great play by the center fielder for the Royals. I think the center fielder and maybe the left fielder, I forget. Sorry, I wrote Tyler Wade homer. It was Oscar Mercado, who actually had 2 of them. Let me change that for him. Oscar Mercado had 2 home runs in that game, both in the late innings when he got his opportunity. That's huge. That's really cool to see. That's like he only gets 2 at-bats maybe at the most per game, and he homered on both of them. I mean, he might have got 3 that game, but he only gets 2 to 1 to 3 at-bats per game, and it's cool to see him make the most of them in that big of a way that really propelled us to that win. Robert Suarez, he gave up a run. He looks okay. I think he's going to be all right. I'm not very worried about him. He's got the stuff and the experience to get over a lot of humps that some of these other guys couldn't. But anyways, Jackson Merrill had another good deep count line drive that I think was caught by a second baseman maybe? Yeah, I think it was caught on a dive at second or short. And yeah, this is when I wrote, how many diving catches against us do I need to watch? Because I think there was another one on maybe Cronenworth or Bogarts that would have dropped, and of course it was caught, which I wrote that because I saw so many against us, and I was just like, geez, this won't end. And sure enough, I don't ever like to bring my own baseball into it, but sure enough, I got an at-bat against a pitcher that wasn't too great, and I hit it hard, I hit it well over the shortstop, and sure enough, diving catch. And I just couldn't stop. I couldn't help but laugh because that was all I had to watch today was diving catches against us, and sure enough, I did it myself. So that was hilarious. Yeah, unfortunate, but it's cool, you know. They'll drop eventually, but obviously we need to do a better job hitting them on a line. More on a line, less in the air. Yeah. Cosgrove came in, looked good. He walked the first batter like I feel like everybody does for us, and then he got a strikeout and rolled a double play behind our incredible defense. And yeah, that was all from that game. Big win. We have won both these games. I think 6-4 and then 3-1. Big stuff. Yesterday, I did say I'll just pick up where I was in the Chicago White Sox game. We're still struggling to hit like contact we're still struggling to put the ball in play enough. Like we still strike out a little too much. We still, we pop out too much. I think the ground outs, we need to be grounding out more than we are. I feel like we rarely ground out, and half the time when I do think we're going to ground out, we end up beating it out, and those are some of our only hits. So I want us to keep hitting the ball on the ground, keep making their defense earn it, especially in spring training where these guys just might not make every play. I've seen quite a lot of errors coming off a couple of these guys' gloves, even from like experienced vets who just, I'll look in the little air section of every game because it's pretty like notable whenever you click on a game on MLB TV, and sure enough, I see like Gavin Lux, I saw Semien, I think, I saw dude on the Rockies, I think Chris Bryant. I saw so many of those. I'm not sure Chris Bryant. I think I saw that, but I'm not sure. Anyways, this lady's approaching me. No, she's not. That's great. Love to see that. The pitching was great, but, however, it just kind of looks like how it was before, where we just rely on really good pitching and that one long ball or two long balls, and if we don't get those home runs, it's like we lose the game pretty inevitably unless we have like a shutout pitching performance. And with Snell and Hader gone, that really, takes away from that potential to have those shutout or like one-run games. So I want to see us we just rely way too much on those big swings, and I want to see us, have like second inning, third inning, fourth inning. We want to score like one run, two runs, one run, just on like hit, walk, hit, walk, like single, walk, double, single, walk. It's like it can't be strikeout, fly out, pop out, strikeout, home run, walk, strikeout. Like it just can't be like that. And obviously I know you just can't get hits every at bat, but we have to string together innings, because I do see it out of everybody. I see the possibility, but a lot of the time we're just not doing it like in the sequence, and usually it's with the top of the lineup. That's the only time I see it in sequence. So anyways, pitching wise, the guys did great. Johnny Brito, he went 3 innings after Matt Waldron went 3 scoreless innings, giving up 1 hit. Brito, same thing, gave up 1 hit, fanned 3. I think Waldron maybe fanned a couple. I didn't see how many he struck out, but I'm assuming not more than 3. Along with great innings from Steven Wilson and Jeremiah Estrada, who continues to impress after his 1-2-3 strikeout the side inning versus the Dodgers in the opener. I think that was in the opener, yes. Yeah, so he's looking great. Good for him. Hopefully, I would like to see him up with us. Sounds like a pretty good addition. So, anyways, next thing, the Padres signed... Jeez, someone's flying. Padres signed Tim LeCastro, a very speedy left-handed outfielder to I think a minor league contract. I don't know how many years. I'm assuming just like one, but minor league contract for him. He is a slightly below average hitter. Maybe a little bit more than slightly below average. I don't know, but yeah, he hasn't played more than really more than like, I think the most plate appearances in a season he had was like 250 in like 2019. So obviously he's not going to see much time. I'd assume he'd have to work for a spot. He could be a platoon behind like a Zokar or Merrill even. Because speaking of that, Jackson Merrill went on and he said how he believes that center field is the best for him. He played center field against Kansas City and played it really well. I mean, he played left field well too. You know, obviously he'd be great in both fields, but I do like him in center. I just don't know left field. I don't know who we want to start. It really just, him playing left or center depends, A, if he keeps performing to make the roster, B, if if Jurickson Profar or Jose Azocar is going to start. Because if he makes the roster, he's starting. He's not going to sit the bench. So that would automatically move Jurickson Profar or Jose Azocar to the bench. And I would assume it would have to be Azocar, mainly just because he's like he's been on the bench for the Padres a lot in his career. So I assume that's where they'd put him. Profar could come off the bench. I just don't see that. I don't see Profar signing a major league deal. I'm pretty sure it's a major league deal. I just don't see him signing a major league deal and just sitting on the bench. I just don't see that. But the fact of the matter is that Azocar probably is better defensively than Profar is. Profar, I want to check his Fangraphs because apparently he was horrible in left field, which I just don't really remember. Jurickson Profar. Jeez, he's played since 2012. I did not know that. I knew he was kind of old, but alright, let's see. Okay, so he is projected. Fangraphs projection to play 102 games, see 441 plate appearances, and out of those hit 9 home runs, bat .237 with a .325 on base percentage, but a .368 slugging, which is not bad. He is a double guy. He has a lot of hard contact, and they project him being a 0.4 WAR guy. And yeah, I want to see his defense. Jeez, they have so many stats. It's ridiculous. So it's outs above average. In left field. Jeez. Everywhere. Can I get him like everywhere, or does it have to be like this? Okay, so 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, yeah. Minus 13, minus 1, and minus 14. Oh, actually just minus 15. Okay, so that was a lot. Only minus 15 this year. But he was only minus 5 in 2022 with us. So, and he was like a 0 in 2021 or in 2020 and minus 7 in 2021. So, he's not awful. Probably a pretty bad year for him last year. Hopefully he's a little sharper this year. But comparing that to Jose Azokar. I'm curious because I know Azokar is not too much better, but I know he obviously is probably a little better. So we'll scroll all the way down to him and find his stuff. Alright, his fielding, his advanced fielding. Here we go. As an outfielder, last year he was just at 0. He played 250 innings. But in 2022, he played 534.2 innings, in which he had a +8 outs above average. So, Azokar is the better pick defensively, and Azokar's been going this power. Honestly, he's the better move. Profar, I love in San Diego. I think we all love in San Diego, but he's not as good of a fielder. And with how Azokar has been hitting, I mean, Azokar I always thought was, that contact guy who's going to come off the bench in the clutch and just won't really. I mean, I remember him, the first time I saw Azokar was he came off the bench to pinch hit in the 9th, and in the bottom of the 9th. We ended up walking it off through Jorge Alfaro, I believe, and this dude just stood up there chewing a wad of gum, and he just got called up. This is his moment, and he didn't look like he didn't care, but he looked like he looked like he'd been there for 20 years. It was unbelievable, and he drew a walk like a high pitch that was a borderline strike, but obviously it was a ball, and got it correct. He chucked his bat and go jog down to first. It was super cool. That's my personal story on why I like Azokar. But again, Profar performed for us in the playoffs, performed for us in 2022 down the stretch. Didn't play bad at all in his stint with us last year, and he plays well in San Diego. A lot of those numbers were in Colorado, where it's harder to field in that deep. I can't even imagine that. I hate being outfield myself. I play split, and so hopefully I see more infield because I don't like the outfield. And in a 400-foot stadium, where you're it's 370 to maybe 380 to the corner. Yikes! I could not play in there. That would be terrible. And he's got to do that every day. And I would say, and plus on a team that's just not competitive. I'm not saying he's not playing hard or playing like it's contract year, but he's definitely better than the numbers when he's in San Diego, for sure. So that'll be interesting to see the Merrill, Azokar, Profar, how that stacks up, because they are 3 good players with all different futures / potentials. One of them's a veteran, one of them's kind of middle, and one of them's a number 12 overall prospect. So really cool race there. I know Cal Mitchell's also in that mix, maybe even Jacob Marcy, but they'll most likely be bench guys. I think Marcy will stay in the minors because I do think Azokar's good enough to fight him off. And I don't think I've seen enough from Jacob Marcy yet to just say that he's going to be strong on our team. We got a little more time, so I will preview the game today. I know that Pedro Avila is on the bump for us. He had a rough outing last game, but fortunately he gets a chance to bounce back. Always great for people to get chances to bounce back. And alright, where's this game at? Here. Play the Athletics, who are 3-2 in spring training, actually, so they certainly they don't just take this lightly. They do care, and they will win games. They will put out their good hitters. Ooh, they have their lineup up already. Ryan Noda, I think his name is Ryan. Oh God, did I just botch it? Yeah, okay, it's Ryan Noda. Jeez, that would have been terrible if that just wasn't his first name at all. Zach Geloff, second baseman, but he's playing DH. Brent Rooker. Okay, so they have their team, like their lineup is in there. So our batters have our lineup has not been reported. Hold on. And Shohei Ohtani just got married, apparently. I do this every day. I do this every single day. I'll just look on Twitter to find something, and sure enough, Talking Baseball will just pop up with something random. Okay, no Padres lineup up yet, as expected. Let me look around just if I can cap off any news. Padres, they will play at 12:10 today. And, yeah, let's see if there's anything going on around. Rich Hill could sign with the new team 2024 and tie a record of 14 different teams. Yeah, there's nothing going on. Cal Raleigh hit a home run. Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, and struck out 3. He looks dominant. I'm scared. That just, his stuff looks nasty. I am scared to face him. But I can totally see him just, I mean, it just is really just, you know, however Manny plays. But if Manny's even available for that Korean series, I know he played amazing in Mexico City last year. He plays well against the Dodgers, and I could just see him just sending Yamamoto, just throwing him like a first pitch slider for some reason, and him just crushing it. But then we'd have to lock down the best offense in the game. Actually, that's probably the Yankees now. We'd have to lock down one of the most dangerous offenses in the league, and probably put some more runs on Yoshinobu. So, anyways, that's just a little look into the opening Seoul series in Korea. But I know I'm not trying to get into that yet, but just from seeing Yamamoto, assuming he's going to start that first game, that's what I see out of him. So, anyways, Padres are up at 12:05 today. First pitch probably gonna be at 12:10. I don't know if they'll have a stream up. It doesn't look like it'll be through anything MLB/Padres TV. Maybe Jesse Aguilar will hit us with that free broadcast like he did on Tuesday. Yeah. And yeah, hopefully I get to watch. Hopefully you guys get to watch, and I'll be back here to talk about it tomorrow. Padres. Thank you.